AB space CBA is a collection of characters. Now I want to find the unique code for this one. If you want to find the unique code for this one, we need to follow the previous procedure, right? So you already know the previous procedure. First, what we need to do? We need to count the total frequency of each and every character. How we are going to count the total frequency of each and every character, right? I am going to find out A's frequency. A's frequency is occurring for 1, 2, 3 times, and B is occurring for 1, 2, 3 times. C is occurring for 1 time. And remember, how we are going to identify our system whether this is an end of file or not? By taking some pointer, right? So for that also I am going to take one end of file pointer, that is 1. And space is also considered as a characters. So for spaces I am going to allocate 2 spaces are there. So its space count is 2, right? This is the first step. In the second step, you need to sort all this, right? So that I am going to write here itself. I need to sort all in some sorted order, ascending order, right? First is C1, end of file is 1, space is 2, A3, B3. And in the third step, you need to construct a Huffman tree, right? Why I am going to construct a Huffman tree? To generate unique code for all these characters, right? So first what I am going to do is, so while constructing a Huffman tree, you are going to create a node. You are going to create a node. For this node, I am going to take 2 childrens as external leaf nodes. And these leaf nodes contains the smallest frequency occurred characters. The smallest frequency occurred characters are, one is C, another one is end of file. You don't need to worry. You can take interchangeable also, end of file and C. And this node contains sum of these child value. What is the sum of the weights of these child values? 1 plus 1 is and in the next step, so C is 1, C completed, end of file is completed. In the next step, you need to take the space. Why I need to take space? I need to allocate unique code for this one, right? So I need to take space, right? Now I am going to compare this space with the corresponding element, right? Is 2 is less than 2, or 2 is greater than 2, or 2 is equal to 2? If 2 is greater than 2, I mean whatever the character that we are going to add, if it is greater than the parent element, then I am going to add it to the right side. If it is less than, I am going to add to the left. If it is equal, it's sure ways. You can add either left side or right side. For the time purpose, I am going to add in the right side. Space with. Now I will get the sum of the total count of the parent element as 4. Okay. Next, I am going to get the value a value 3. Right? See here. This Huffman tree is not a unique tree. You can construct in any number of ways. For example, I have constructed this space to the left side. Then it may grow in a different way. If I take this in different way, it may grow in different way. Right? So now what I am going to do is, I am going to take the next character A3. So I am going to take the next character A3 and the next character B3 as these two are okay fine. These two are smaller than the parent node. Why? What is the logic behind here? Whatever that I am getting, I am going to add into the back and I will find out the least smallest elements, right? So the least smallest elements are these 3 and 3. So for this I am going to get the value 6. Okay, fine. Now combine these two. We'll get the value 10. The value 10. Okay, don't get confusion. I will take one more tree also. Don't worry. So I have completed all the characters. This is the Huffman tree. In this Huffman tree, all the external leaf nodes contains characters. All the internal nodes contains weights of those all the characters. Okay. Now, if you want to generate a key code, what you need to do is either take left side edge as 0. If you are taking the left side as name as 0, you have to take the right side edge as 1. If you are taking the left side edge as 1, you have to make the right side edge as 0. Okay. And suppose I am taking the left side edge as 0, then its right side edge is 1. Left side edge as 0, right side edge is 1. Left side edge as 0, right side edge is 1. Left side edge as 0, right side edge is 1. Now fine. Okay. So the unique code for the external leaf node A is the edge numbers from root to the corresponding external leaf node. Okay. For A, from root to corresponding external leaf node, the edge weights are 1, 0. For B, the edge weights are 1, 1. For space, the edge weights are 0, 1. For end of file, the edge weights are 0, 0, 1. And for C, the edge weights are 000. So this way we are going to generate unique code. Just check anyway, you won't get any duplicate code. You will get always unique code. Okay. Now I think you understood why you are going to take the smallest nodes first. Because if you are taking the smallest weighted nodes first, those will be at the bottom of the tree. When they are at the bottom of the tree, that bottom level of nodes contains, if you want to reach from root node to the bottom level nodes, it is having huge like very high length bits. So that is the reason we are always going to take this one, right? So this is the unique code for the given. So third step we got. Now we are going to encode this one with that code, right? Encode. What is A value? 1, 0. What is B value? 1, 1. What is space value? 0, 1. A value 1, 0. B value 1, 1. Space value 0, 1. And C value is 000 and B value is 1, 1. A value is 1, 0. A value is 0, 0. So I have encoded. Now check, is there any loss of data or not? By just decoding. Right? So how we are going to decode? We are going to start scanning from left to right. First we are going to start scanning from one character, right? One character is 1. Is there any unique code starts with 1? Yes, there are 2 characters that starts with 1. So I will get ambiguity. So I will go for scanning the next element, next character, that is 0. 1, 0. Is there any character that starts with 1, 0? Yes, there is only one thing. So I will take it as A. Next I will take 1. Yes, there is an ambiguity between A and B. Then I will take 1. Yes, there is exactly matched character. So I will take B. Next I will start with character 0. When I start with character 0, here I am getting ambiguity. So I will take the next one. 1. When I am going to start with the next one, 0, 1. 0, 1 match with space, right? Space. Match with space. And next 1 followed by 0. 1, 0, A. So we'll do the process and so on like this. So we'll get AB space C B. So here also you won't lose any data. So it won't lose any data. So Huffman coding technique, also called as lossless data technique. We are not losing any data, so we are calling it as a lossless data technique. Okay, fine. Just the count these all characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we got 20 bits of, so we require 20 bits of memory space, meaning that if you want to store this file in our system, we require a maximum of 20 bits, So I will call it as a maximum file size. I can call it as a maximum file size, or I can call it as a external weighted path length. You can call it as a external weighted path length. Okay, here the question is, why we are moving for constructing a Huffman tree means to minimize the external weighted path length. If we are going to minimize the external weighted path length means the amount of space required to store the data in our system will be very less. So while constructing a Huffman tree, our aim is to construct a tree in such a way that its external weighted path length should be least. So what is the external weighted path length? The total amount of space required to store the actual file. Okay, this one you can calculate using in another way. That is, so you can copy all this. So external weighted path length means frequency of, we can calculate in a different way, frequency of character into external path length of the corresponding character. So simply I am defining external weighted path length as P equal to frequency of character into path length. What is the frequency of character C? That is 1. 1 into, what is the path length of C? 1, 2, 3. Plus, it is sum of, what is the end of file frequency? 1 into path length is 3, plus space frequency is 2 into 2, plus A frequency is 3 into path length is 2, B frequency is 3 into 2. Now calculate all these. 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 6, that is 6 plus 6, 12, 12 plus 6, 18, 18 plus, 6 3 is 18, 18 plus 4, 22 bits. Is there any mistake that we did here? Just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right? 1 into 3, 1 into 3, 2 into 2. 2 into 2. Plus 3 into 2 plus 3 into 2. 6 plus 6, 12, 12 plus 4, 16, 16 plus 6, 6. Just see here, we have I am rewriting once again. For A, 1 0, for B, 1 1, for space 0 1, for A 1 0, for B 1 1, for space 0 1, for C 0 0, for B 1 1, for A 1 0. So we have written up to here correctly. And at last there is one more character, that is end of file. We missed that actually in the previous. So end of file is 0 0. End of file is 0 0. Now count this entire thing. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 19 20 21 22. So total we require 22 bits of data. Total we require 22 bits of data, right? Here also we got 22 bits of data. So these 22 bits will represent maximum external weighted path length or maximum file size. That one we can calculate. We can once again derive the frequency of characters into path length. Okay, sir, is it the only way to construct a Huffman tree? No, we can construct it a different way. We can also just note down up to here. I am going to take once again. You can construct this Huffman tree once again in different format. So I will follow the same thing. First, C1 end of file 1. Its sum is 2. In the previous one, I have taken 2 right side. Now I will take left side. Or I can take any format. 2 space. I will get 4, right? Now in the previous video we have taken this 3, right, in that way, but I will take only one value that I will write here the left side, 3a. You will get 7. Next I will get one more a, one more b with a frequency 3. So I will take b with a frequency 3. This is also correct procedure. There is no problem. This is also correct tree. Or we can construct 2 left side, then we'll go for right. Just check. I will take one more tree. C1 end of file 1 2, right. I will take now space to the left side. You can take any tree. Anything is a Huffman tree. It will generate always linked codes. 2 2 4. Now I will take next 3 a. Again it is similar, right? So this is also kind of Huffman tree. There is no problem. You can construct the Huffman tree in any order. If you construct in any order, it will get very unique codes. But try to remember that whatever the external node you are adding, that should be compared with the parent node. That's it. Okay. We'll see one more example. Let us take, they have given completely a value as 50, b value as 40, c value as 5, d value as 5. Construct a Huffman tree for this one, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to sort the data, c value 5, d value 5, b value 40, c value 50, right? Now we'll start constructing Huffman tree. When you start constructing Huffman tree, we are going to take the least 2 values. They are representing as external weights, C5, D5, and I am going to make a new node by summing this 10. Now I am going to insert the value external path 40. Now I will check external path length 40 to this parent node. This is greater, so I will go for adding to the right side. B40, I got 50. Now you will get a question. I am trying to insert the value 50. I want to insert either left side or right side. It's your wish, whether as it is equal, right? So I am going to every time right side, right? Now I will take the left side. C value 50. Now you will get. This is the Huffman tree, right? So now we can allocate 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. How I am going to for left edges left edges I am going to allocate 0. For right edges I am going to allocate 1. Okay. Now, so what is the external weighted path length for this one? So for that we need to find out the link code. C for C0, for B 1 1, for D 101, for C 100. See, clearly in this example you will understood, sorry, this is A, right? You can understood the most frequent character which is having highest frequency. This is the frequency. For A, 0, meaning that this is the most frequency character, so it is going to allocate only single character. For least frequency characters, it is going to allocate the most character. That's it. Right? So now we can calculate anything. If they ask anything, you can calculate. Similarly, we'll have one more question. A 45, B 50, C 30, D 12, E 3, F 6. So for these, you can construct a Huffman tree. You can construct a Huffman tree and find out external weighted path length. Find out external weighted path length. Okay, there is simple some formula, that is P equal to, I have already defined, right? I am simply defining it as a frequency of external node into path length plus frequency of external node 2 into path length of that node, and so on. Frequency of external node n into path length of that node. Okay. So you can do the this work in our book. Okay. Now we'll go for algorithm. Okay. Okay. Now, what we are going to do in this Huffman coding? We are going to first count the frequency. We are going to first count the frequency. After counting the frequency, we are going to sort the data. Why we are going to sort the data? To get the least frequent characters. To get the least frequent characters every time, is there an answer to sort the data? No need. Simply, we can go for priority queue. In priority queue, what we are going to do? Like, let us assume that this is a kind of queue. 9, 4, 1, 2, 6. This is a kind of queue, right? If it is a priority queue, and I am saying that least number having highest priority. If you want to get the first two characters, means what is the output you will get? You will get output 2. Next two characters means 4, 6. Next two characters means 9, and so on. So simply here, if I want to get the least occurring frequency characters, I am going to use the priority queue. Okay, fine. I am going to construct one Huffman tree, algorithm for Huffman tree. What I am going to do is I am going to read a file, and I am going to pass those frequency of characters. Frequency of characters into one priority queue, and those all values I am going to make in a node n. Count. I am going to make n. Okay, and then after finding the frequency of characters, what I need to do? I am going to pass it to the priority queue. Pass it to the priority queue. Once I pass it to the priority queue, I am going to maintain this n value. Why? Because how many frequency characters, how many characters are left there in my queue, that represents the value n. That represents the value n. Okay, fine. So in the first step, what we did, we are going to create a node. We are going to create a node, and we are going to take the least characters, least frequency character. So from this priority queue, I am going to take the first least two characters, frequency characters. So first two characters I am going to take, I am going to create a node named as J. I am going to create a node as J. For this node, I am going to allocate the minimum value, right? So that minimum value is that is n dot minimum. It is going to get a function, and for the right value I am going to get n dot min dot next. It is going to get a minimum value like 1, 2. And then what we are going to do? We are going to sum up these frequencies and I am going to add here, right? So for that, z dot value equal to z dot left plus z dot right. So here I will get the value 3. Then in the next step, what we need to do? We are going to add one more character. We are going to take out one more character, that is external weight length 4, and I am going to sum, right? So this process is repeated. So this value also should be in the Q, right? This value also should be in the Q. See, this is for our understandable, but system won't draw like this. So whatever result that we are getting, that you need to once again add to the Q. So now 3. So I need to push back this value to 3. So n dot push of z dot value. So my 3 will be added. In the next step, what we need to do? We need to once again create node z. We need to create a node z, and we need to perform the minimum value, that is 3, and next minimum value is 4, and I am going to sum all this, and I am going to push once again that value to the 7. Added. 7 added. Now once again it is going to create a node z, and I need to make it is either left side or right side. So this creation process will be repeated for n minus 1 times, for I equal to 1 to n minus 1 times. Why for n minus 1 times? See here, if I am having 5 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many nodes I need to create? See, first I will remove 1 and 2, and I will create one node. I will get the value 3, right? This 3 once again I am going to add into the queue, right? So one time already created. Now once again 3 will be created. So these 2 come. Now 6 I will get. Now this 6 once again I am going to add, right? Now I am going to get 4. I am going to get 4 and 6. 4 and 6 value is 10. That will be again added, right? Now 5 and 10. So you are going to add once again 5. 5, 10 is 15, right? This way we will stop the process, right? How many nodes we have created? 4 nodes. So if I am having 5 values, I need to create 4 nodes. If I am having 10 values, I need to create 9 nodes. So if I am having n characters, I need to make n minus 1 nodes. Okay. This is a simple algorithm for Huffman coding. That's it.